Today I'm going to walk you through a simple and powerful creative workflow. We'll start by using Nano Banana to generate an image, and then we'll take that image into Gemini to create a video with movement and sound using Veo 3. Even if you're not a designer, filmmaker, or editor, you can produce engaging visual content in just a few steps. The goal is to show how these tools connect, so you can repeat the process confidently on your own.
Begin by opening Nano Banana and logging in. The interface is very straightforward, so you'll see two main options right away: Create and Edit. Create is for generating a brand new image using a prompt, and Edit is for uploading an existing picture so the AI can modify it. Most people starting from zero will use the Create option. All you have to do is type a clear, descriptive prompt, something like, "A cozy mountain cabin next to a lake at sunrise, with mist and pine trees in the background." You can also mention a style, such as realistic, digital painting, cartoon, or 3D. If the platform offers size or orientation settings, pick what suits your project. Square or landscape usually works best if you plan to generate video afterward. Click Generate and wait a few seconds. If the result isn't what you pictured, adjust your wording and try again. Once you're satisfied, download the image. Make sure the resolution is decent so Veo 3 has enough visual detail to work with.
Next, move to Gemini. This platform is where you access Veo 3 to turn the static image into a video with sound. Start a new chat or project and upload the image you just created. Then give clear instructions. For example, using this image, create a 15-second video with slow camera movement and gentle background music. Use Veo 3. If Gemini gives you a drop-down or setting to choose Veo 3, select it. Then let the system process. It will generate a preview that shows how the camera moves and what the background audio sounds like. Watch it and decide if it matches your goal. If you want something different, like a different mood, narration, voiceover, or no music at all, simply refine your prompt and generate again. When you're happy with the preview, download the final video file. If your plan is to create a longer video, you can produce multiple short clips using different images and later combine them in an editor.
That's the complete process. Create your visual in Nano Banana, upload it into Gemini, and use Veo 3 to animate it and add sound. This workflow is great for storytelling, advertising, presentations, tutorials, and creative experiments. Once you understand how the prompt and image quality affect the results, you can move from idea to video in minutes.
All right, let's dive into a seriously powerful new workflow for AI video. This is a technique that finally cracks one of the biggest frustrations for creators, and believe me, it unlocks a whole new level of storytelling. So check this out. This is the kind of mind-blowing stuff that AI promises, right? How do you go from just a simple photo of yourself to a hyper-realistic, collectible action figure, complete with the custom packaging? The tech to do this is finally here, but it's always had one huge catch. And that catch, the one thing that's been a massive headache for anyone making AI videos, is consistency. How do you make sure your action figure, or any character for that matter, looks exactly the same from shot to shot, from scene to scene? For creators, solving this has been the absolute holy grail. Yeah, for the longest time, asking an AI to generate your character in a new scene meant you'd get, well, a cousin of your character. A slightly different face, maybe different clothes, or just a completely different vibe. This made building any kind of real story next to impossible, but that is all starting to change. The solution actually comes from a powerful duo of AI tools from Google that work together kind of like a professional film crew. So let's meet the team that finally cracks the consistency code. So this whole workflow combines two key pieces of the puzzle. First, you've got Google's incredible image generation model built right into Gemini. We're going to call that the AI artist. And second, we have their top-of-the-line video model, which is going to act as our AI director. Together, they make this whole thing seamless. Here's the easiest way to think about it. The image model is your AI artist. You use it to create that perfect high-fidelity image of your character, locking in exactly what they look like. Then the video model swoops in as your AI director, and it takes that static image and just breathes life into it with motion, cool camera moves, and even sound. Okay, so how does this actually work in practice? Well, the whole process is surprisingly straightforward. Let's break it down into 4 simple steps to get your first animation up and running. It all starts with creating your actor with the image model. This is your visual anchor, the source of truth for your character. Then you just upload that image into the video tool. From there, you write a director's prompt to describe all the action, and boom, you generate the video. Let's take a closer look at each step. Everything starts with a high-quality source image. You'll upload a photo and use the image model's really powerful editing tools. With a simple prompt, you can turn yourself into a movie star, change up your outfit, or stick yourself in a totally new place, all while keeping your face perfectly consistent. This image becomes your foundation. Okay, so once you have your perfect image, you'll head into the video generation platform. Just look for the Frames to Video option. This is where you upload the masterpiece you just made and get the animation process started.
Now for the director's instructions, the prompt. And this is so important. The big mistake people make is just describing the image again. Don't do that. Instead, you need to describe the action you want to see. Tell it to slow zoom in. Add style keywords like dramatic lighting. And hey, don't forget, this model generates sound, so you can even tell it to add dialogue.
And then, with a click of a button, the AI director gets to work. It takes your consistent character, your detailed instructions, and in just a few minutes, it spits out a high-definition video clip where your character is animated realistically inside a dynamic living scene. It's awesome!
Now, once you get the hang of the basics, you can unlock a ridiculous amount of creative control with a few pro-level techniques. Let's get into the really cool stuff.
Okay, this is an absolute game changer. Seriously. Instead of just using text, you can open your source image in pretty much any basic editor and literally draw your instructions right on it. You can draw an arrow and write walks through door or map out a whole sequence of moves.
As the tech site R. Stern put it, it's like giving the AI a storyboard. You just upload this marked up image and use a simple text prompt like immediately delete the instructions on the first frame and execute them in order. The AI reads your notes, erases them, and then follows your visual directions perfectly. It's wild.
Just like in a real film studio, you can use the classic green screen trick. Create your character on a green background. Then, in an editor, just paste the new background you want into a corner of that same image. Upload it, and tell the AI to make the swap. You can teleport your character to Mars or a fantasy world in a matter of seconds.
You know how these models usually spit out widescreen videos? Well, here's a brilliant little workaround for creating content for social media. Just take your starting image, rotate it sideways, and generate the video. The AI will animate it correctly, just sideways. Then, you download the final clip and rotate it back in any video editor. And voila, a perfect vertical video for TikTok or Reels.
So, we've got the basic workflow and the pro tricks. But look, this isn't just some technical upgrade. This is a fundamental shift in creative power. Let's talk about what this really means for all of us.
The applications are just incredibly broad. I mean, for businesses, you can turn static product photos into dynamic video ads. In education, you could animate complex diagrams to make them easier to understand, but it also gets super personal. Imagine bringing old family photos to life, adding a little bit of motion and emotion to those cherished memories.
And this is when it all comes down to. For the first time, high-quality, character-consistent video production isn't just for big studios with massive budgets anymore. This workflow truly puts that power into the hands of everyone.
I mean, the ability to dream up any character you can think of, whether it's an animal from a storybook or a futuristic version of yourself, and bring them to life with consistent motion and emotion, well, that just blows the doors wide open on creative possibilities.
So, there you have it. The consistency problem is solved. The tools are here, and these techniques give you an amazing amount of creative control. The power is now officially in your hands.
So the only question left is the one right here. What story will you bring to life? It's time to start playing around with this stuff, because the barrier between your imagination and a finished video is disappearing faster than ever before.